Hey Cat Gangas DEVA here with another Dual Blades build video. Today we will not cover element but status. In this build video I will show you my top 3 favorite or best blast dual blades. The Brachydios, which have the highest blast damage in the game, the Basil Bomba, which have very good blast but as well very high row, and my all time favorite dual blades, the Styx 2.0. Slap like now if it was also your favorite dual blades. We're going to start off with the Brachydial blades, which can reach up to 650 blast. Now you may see only 620, but you can eat for the foot skill specialist. It grants you another 30 status. My latest video was gameplay with these dual blades. I managed to get 17 blast procs, which equals to 5100 damage. I will link this video in the description. If you want to check it out later, you may join it. So you can craft these dual blades at the Brachy tree and comes with a huge natural white sharpness, 300 blast, a level 1 slot and 0% affinity. The raw damage is pretty low. As for augments, I will definitely go with 4 times status ups and 5 times upgrade modes for status. You won't need any health regen with this build, but play as you wish. We are using the skill True Crit status that comes with a 4 set bonus Golden Rathier armor. 2 pieces increase the skill cap for Divine Blessing. This skill reduces your taken damage by 60%. If you just think of that number itself, it's crazy. It also activates more often. As far as I remember, it was 50% chance to activate, so expect it more often now. I used this skill to get carried through Iceborne, since I completed the whole story in one day with only high rank gear. The 4 set bonus grants you greatly increased status build up on critical hits. We have no numbers for now how much that exactly is, because it will require insane amount of calculations and time. So PC, where are you? We need some numbers please, thanks. Crit eye level 7 for a 40% extra crit chance. We want as high crit as possible, else true crit status isn't getting applied. Blast attack level 4 to increase the blast status by 30% and a flat 10 extra status. Health boost 3 because 2 comes with the armor, and I had 1 free slot, so why not go max health? You probably will lack on jewels, so you can just use that slot. Critical boost gives you a 15% on top of your normal crit damage. I would say feel free to replace this with anything you wish, since they don't have a very high row. Weakness exploit for 50% crit on tenderized parts or just 30 on weak spots. Marathon Rana is as well in by choice and makes your demon mode last longer. What you really need here is Razor Sharp Charm. It will halve your loss on sharpness, and if you saw my run, I didn't even have to sharpen during the whole fight, so it's way better than just adding 40 hits of white sharpness with Handicraft. Also be sure to use Apothecary Mantle. To understand what this does, you need to understand how blast gets applied. So every one of your hits has a 30% chance to apply blast on the monster. Once the blast threshold is reached, the monster explodes and gets 300 damage. This threshold increases after every blast proc till a certain limit that varies on monsters. So this mantle will allow you every single of your hits to apply blast on the monster. So you can see it as a 70% increase of blast build-up while you're wearing it. I recommend this build on monsters with 3 or even 2 star weakness on blast, for example Namiel, Nergigante, Banbaro and a few more. It also is insanely tanky even without health regeneration, so you will have a really easy time on elders. Moving on the second build, the Basil Bombers. Very good base row, can go up to purple sharpness, 240 blast, which is very decent, and negative 10% affinity and a level 1 slot. As for augments, you should go definitely with 1 health regen and 1 status up, since it's a rarity 12 weapon and anything else will be really wasted. On this build we are going to use the 3 set bonus Master's Touch from Teostra to maintain our sharpness. You don't lose any sharpness if you land critical hits, so try focusing on tenderized parts or even weak spots, so this allows you to have infinite sharpness. With Handicraft level 5 we are able to get a huge amount of purple sharpness. It increases your raw damage by almost 6%. And you also will have infinite purple sharpness as long as you're hitting weak spots. Agitator 5 grants you 10% affinity increase and 20 base row when the monsters are enraged, which is easily triggerable on Iceborne. I will show you on the next build a little trick how to force monsters into Agitator. We run here as well the skills Crit Eye and Weakness Exploit, which helps us reaching 90% crit chance. Also the skill latent power grants you the last 10% crit missing for the 100. It triggers after 5 minutes or after taking 180 damage. So you can just tank all the damage with Rock Sedimental, since health regeneration and recovery up are giving you huge lifesteal. I really don't understand how people say you get one shot in Iceborne. With 900 defense and Rock Steady on, which reduces your damage taken by 50%, you can easily tank non-stop anything in the game, as long as you have health regeneration augment. Maxed out purple sharpness, 400 throw damage and 390 blast are our stats after the build is done. I don't only recommend this build for blast weak monsters, but anything with good hit zone values and is not immune to blast. Now here it comes, my lovely Styx dual blades. Before the Zero came out, I was only using these dual blades. They have a pretty decent draw, but the main reason I love them so much was because they come with a skill razor sharp. So you wouldn't need to build in Master's Touch or Sharpen during the fight, and could be way more creative with the build. You also have 2 level 3 slots. 10% affinity, which is enough to reach the 100% with only crit eye and weakness exploit, and don't forget the blast. It may not be much, but it's still gonna get applied and a lot of damage during the fight. As for augments again, since it's a rarity 12 weapon, definitely 1 health regeneration and 1 status up. I decided to go with a 3 set bonus for Hideous Essence, which raises the agitator cap by 2 levels. This gives you an insane amount of 28 raw damage and a 20% affinity. Now you will think this is overkill, but I like that because even though we have 120% crit chance on tenderized parts now, you have only 100% on weak spots. It's always good to take any affinity you can, since you're not always going to hit weak spots. You know that monsters do actually move unless you do a very scripted fight. So here is a clip of how to force agitate monsters. The slow version is to flinch shot it 2 times. The faster version is to turn its head 3 times and then flinch shot. The monster will be instantly agitated. Flinch shot can only be applied to monsters that are not agitated. You can see that yellow symbol on the monster. It's basically an eye. When it's yellow, monster is not agitated. When it's red, monster is agitated and you can't flinch shot. So the flinch shot has some mechanic that allows you to turn the monster's head for only 3 times, if not less if you deal damage before. Handicraft here is also very important to reach the purple sharpness. This is a build for any monster you wish. If you feel like adding health boost, guys, no one is holding you back. I saw a lot of people that complain about my vids that I'm using no health boost or shield modes. Well guys, it's really simple. I'm making highest DPS builds and the best builds possible, so that's the purpose of my videos. If you want to put health boost, no one is holding you back really, just switch out the jewels and put health boost. But when people say you deal no damage when you're dead, I mean, if you die, it's not because you don't have health boost, it's because you're bad in the game. Of course I die a lot, everyone dies, but health boost is not going to prevent you from dying in any way. It basically allows you just to get 1 more hit. On Master Rank you have 900 defense, you have Rock Steady Mantles, there is no way monsters can kill you as long as you're continuously attacking. That's a problem for most people. They just run around and do 1 attack, get hit, and then they're too afraid to attack or something like that. The best defense is to just continuously attack a monster. Just stand under it with Rock Steady Mantle and spam attacks. There is no way you can die. Here is a second version of the build with Master's Touch, just in case you really want the never-ending sharpness on this build. You can try hitting on the training pool, it will take hours to go away. Okay guys, so on my community tab, I made a poll of what you want to see, and clearly most people want to see for now the top 5 builds for each weapon. I'll try to make as many possibles, or at least the one that I have enough experience to cover them. So be sure to stay tuned for that. I'm really trying my best to get some free time after work, or sacrifice my weekends for these videos. Having only 10% on others doesn't mean that I won't speedrun, guys. I will keep the balance as much as possible. I wanted to see if people prefer builds 1 by 1 and very in-depth, or multiple builds and shorter info and just the important stuff pointed out. I want to remind you to like the video if you enjoyed it. It's the best way you can support me and it really just takes 2 seconds. Also leave a comment down below what you think of this video or what you want to see next. Be sure to join our Discord server guys and grow the cat gang. You can find some really important info and maybe get some hunting buddies. If you don't want to miss any content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on. With that said, I wish you all a nice day and happy RNG decoration farming. Don't forget